G'day folks, welcome back. Now, today in my hands, I have a set of keys and a compressor. Now, I'm going to move all this junk out of the garage and the Falcon's coming home, baby. Finally. So, I've been saying it should have come home since Christmas. You can hear the birds chirping in the background. And it should have come home at Christmas and it still hasn't, but regardless, it's coming home today. We're going to make it happen. So, let's jump in the car, head to the unit, jump in the Falcon, see if it starts, and go from there. Let's do it. Alrighty guys, we're back in the unit now, so you can see Sleepy 6 is behind me, Beetle's outside. First things first, we're going to pump the tyres up and then see if it starts, because the tyres they're still new, but they've gone down a little bit over time. So we're going to get that sorted. I've got little trusty, don't know what I've done with it, Ryobi. So we've got the trusty little Ryobi pump. We're going to pump them up and then, yeah, see if it fires up. So as you can see, it's still very, very dusty. So it's been sitting for near on 8 months. I've blown the dust off a couple of times. But yeah, it's been sitting for essentially since late last year. So let's get into it. Alright, tyres are pumped up. Let's see if she fires up. Just like the day I built it. Probably still leaks the same amount of oil as the day I built it too, which is why it's coming home. And there's a few other little goodies, so stay tuned, because we're going to get this thing back to her former glory. Look at that. Under there is about 8 months worth of crap. I think I washed it a couple of times in that 8 months, but not much. There she is. Alrighty, so I'm going to give her a quick pressure wash, get her home, and then I've got some other shit to do today. Alright, so just like that, she's clean, so I brought it to the dirtiest place absolutely possible, which is just up from my unit. Anyways, let's just have a quick look now. Yes, I'm blinded by the sun because I'm a little ginger. Have a gaze at that, would ya? Look at her. I forgot how much I missed this thing. And I cannot wait to get cracking into it again. So I think water has accumulated in the sills while I washed it, because as soon as I started driving it, I could hear sloshing water. Might have to drill a couple of holes in there and fill it with some more cavity wax. Alrighty folks, probably had a haircut since you last seen me, but anyways, it's been a bit of a, I don't know, shit show once again. But yeah, here we are. Sleepy 6 is back in the shed, so when I have some free time, I'll start working on it, start ripping the head off. I've made a bit of a list of what we need to do. There we go. Remove the head, send it off, send the ECU off, replace the head, replace and swap the cams, replace the radiator, fit thermos, redo the cooler piping, and build a surge tank. Now, I want to redo the cooler piping for my own sort of personal preference, because I'm not happy with the way I did it the first time. Yes, it works, but I'm not super happy with it. So I do want to redo it. Whether that's now or further down the track, still have no idea. Just depends on how much motivation I get, I suppose, and what I've got left to do. So yeah, a little bit of an update. But yeah, Sleepy 6 is home. It's back in the shed where it all began, and we're going to get straight into it. Yeah, again, when I get some motivation and some time. The unit's currently undergoing some work. I'm finally getting my mezzanine sorted out. So once that's done, I can start prepping the unit even more, and then I can start doing car work there. So the plan is to make a little workshop that I can do my own thing in, and yeah, have a bit of a kickback, chill out zone, as well as where I can work on cars. Mates can come work on their cars, that sort of stuff. So that's the ultimate plan, but it's yeah, all self-funded, and it's been a lot of work behind the scenes to make it all happen. So anyways, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the little update. I know it's not huge, but it's finally home. So yeah, we'll tear into it soon. See you then. Alrighty folks, welcome back to The Average Garage. Now, today, we're finally diving into Sleepy 6. It's been that freaking long, man. I was like, yeah, I'll try and push for 2-week episodes, and it didn't quite work. But anyways, we're going to get back into it. We've got some big plans. I know I sound like a broken record. Anyways, let's get straight into it. First of all, I've got a little list behind me on the whiteboard, but essentially, we're going to rip out the radiator and start working towards getting the head off. The head's got to get sent back to the machine shop and get something rectified on that. And then we've got the original FG cams have been polished up, and we're going to run them again. And then we're going to keep an eye on oil pressures, make sure it's all happy. But yeah, I'm going to go back to some FG cams, unless I find a decent set for a price that I can justify spending money on, because I would like some new ones, but I don't want to buy new ones and toast another set of new ones, because that pissed me off the first time. So anyways, let's dive straight into it. I'm going to grab some tools, might have some people join me along the way, we'll see. But yeah, let's do it. Alrighty, step one's complete. Yeah, look at that mug. Alrighty, let's have a quick look. As you can see up here, a couple of little things. You can hear the quail in the background. Yes, we have birds. We've had them for a long time. They make funny noises. Anyways, yeah, so radiator is now draining. I really wish the cheap ass radiator had a drain plug, but it doesn't. But I'm not happy with this radiator. This is a cheap Wormall radiator from eBay. It's the cheapest, nastiest shit known to man. They're advertised for EFEL. They don't actually fit without modification. You have to cut them up a little bit. You can make them work, but I've never been happy with it since I fitted it. So I'm probably going to swap back to a stock radiator. I don't want to use like a cheap shit Repco special, but I think I might, because the standard copper cores are quite expensive. They're about, I think the cheapest I found was $450, $550, somewhere in there. So they're about $600 for a decent one. So I might go for the cheap nasty ones and see how long it lasts, or see how hot it gets. Because at the moment, you would have seen, I've got the shit thermo fans on there, the eBay specials. They don't work too well. So I want to go back to the standard thermo fans, and to do that, I need another radiator, because this one is just simply too fat. So anyways, coolant's now drained. I can start the process. I was waiting for a drain tray for ages. Now I finally got it. Now I can start. And yes, the birds are still screaming. Anyways, let's get back into it, and hopefully get some decent little shots for you. Why did nobody tell me my fly was down the whole time? Anyways, radiator's out. As you can see, it's on the floor down there. So yeah, like I said, if you have a look, you can see I've chewed a chunk out the bottom, because you have to, because of where it mounts in the car. Let me zoom in real quick. So it sits in this channel. You can see there's some rubber right there. It sits in some channel. The original rubbers don't work, so I've used some actual old radiator hose, zip tied in place. But yeah, that's how the original one mounts, not the other piece of shit. This is also going to get replaced, because it's driving me nuts, because it's literally just a piece of coolant hose, because the original fitting broke. But here, I've got another fitting. So I'm going to rat it off this hose, chuck it on there, and then it'll be back to normal. Alrighty, so my mate Levi's here. He's off camera at the minute. I don't know if he wants to be on camera. Do you want to be on camera? Alright, he's the Italian stallion. Say g'day. So, we've done a lot of work because the camera died, as per usual. But the radiator's out, front bumper's off, as you can see. So, bumper's off, everything that's painted that shouldn't be is also exposed because thanks, Mr. Painter Man, you're great. Including the intercooler pipes, I really want to redo them. We've taken the manifold off, the first time the intake manifold's been off while the engine's been in the car that I can remember. So now it's over there with all the oil draining out of it because it's full of oil. Now we can start ripping the turbo side off. So we're going to get underneath, pull the catalytic converter out / dump pipe. Then we can start working on the turbo manifold, and then we'll pull the power steering, this one here, out of the way. Then we can take the crank cover or the crank pulley off, and then the timing cover, then the head, and then we're good to go. Stay tuned, we'll get it done. Alrighty, look at that. Me and the Italian stallion have done it. We've got the turbo side off, intake side off, so now we can start working on the front, get into the crank pulley, rip that off, I've got a tool for that, then pull the timing cover off, then rocker cover obviously as well, and start exposing everything. Alrighty, we're back in the shed. It's another day once again. Robbie's here today. Say g'day, Robbie.
Hey.
Yeah, that's him. Yeah, so we've done a lot more work. So yeah, let's run you through it. Alright. Focus. Hocus pocus. Why won't you focus? Alrighty, so you can see we've got the timing cover off. Everything else is off. And I've just gone through, taking the cams out and taken all the head bolts off. Or the head nuts for the studs. And yeah, oversized washers are still there, they're not going to go far. Now we can take the head off and then put it on the floor. Robbie's just prepped a little space on the floor because we're running out of real estate in the shed. Look at that. So yeah, we're running out of real estate in the shed really fast because the unit's still out of action. Not for long. And then while off camera, I'm going to strip the rest of the head, pull all the rockers and whatnot out and get it off to the machine shop, get it fixed up. And then we can reverse the whole process. Anyways, let's get into it. Yes.
Use your fingers. That's off.
I'm just levering off the fucking knock sensor. Alright. Yes!
Oh yeah!
You're right.
The piston's still there.
That's what I'm going to check. Back towards you.